Yo, what's good, y'all? Back with another one. Just getting up and shit. But this is my season. This is my season preview of the NFL this year coming up, since training camp basically starts today for basically almost every team in the league. But I'm gonna start off with the AFC East. I got Buffalo running away with the AFC East. I got Buffalo first. I got Miami second. I got New England third, and I got the Jets fourth. Buffalo really needs no introduction. In my opinion, they're my favorite to go to the Super Bowl from the AFC. But I do have questions as far as their offensive line is concerned, because it's inconsistent. Like, you feel what I'm saying? Like, one week their line will be great, and then the next week it will be inconsistent. And Josh Allen is running for his life. So Buffalo definitely needs more consistency along their offensive line, because they got the weapons with fucking Stephon Diggs, Gabriel Davis, and Jamison Crowder, and Dawson Knox, and plus they added OJ Howard, and plus they added Dalvin Cook's little brother from the G. So I like Buffalo's weapons a lot. So I expect them to be great. And plus, adding Von Miller was a fucking home run, even though he's old as shit, but he still got a lot of juice left in the tank. Von was a great move by the Bills, and that's one of the reasons why I got them as the AFC favorite. Miami is my second team. Miami's fucking loaded, like, across the board with their roster. They got a fucking team, yo. The only question mark is Tua Tagovailoa. Like, I gotta see. Tua has to prove it this year, man. Like, there's no excuses. As much as I've been a fan of his since Alabama, and even in the NFL, because I actually think he's a little bit underrated, to be honest with you. Like, people talk shit about him like he's trash. Like, no, Tua's not trash at all. Not even close to it. I actually think he's better than Mac Jones. I actually think he's better than a few dudes, but I'll save that for another video. But Tua, I need to see more from Tua as far as, like, but the offensive line the offensive line was more of a problem for me than Tua was last year. You feel what I'm saying? So I think Tua's going to be fine. I really do. And then you have the Patriots. Really nothing to write home about. The Patriots ain't going nowhere this year. Like, yeah, they made a nice little run last year to the playoffs, but honestly, they beat up on a weak schedule. Like, I don't really see nothing too much with the Patriots this year. They didn't really do anything of note. And in fact, they lost people more than they gained. So I got the Patriots falling way back to probably 8-9 or 8-9, something like that. But they're not a playoff team. I wish the media stopped the cap when it comes to that shit. And then the Jets are very, very interesting. Like, they got a nice roster too now. Like, they've drafted well the last couple years. But Zach Wilson has to take that next step. Last year, Zach Wilson was the worst rookie quarterback out of them all. Don't let nobody lie to y'all. He was worse than Trevor Lawrence. He was worse than Trey Lance. He was worse than Mac Jones. He was even worse than Davis Mills. Like, he was worse than Justin Fields. He was the worst rookie quarterback in the draft class last year, and it wasn't really particularly close. But hopefully he shows some improvement. Stop trying to play hero ball and just play within the system. Like, you're not that good yet to be trying to play hero ball. But as far as the Jets are concerned, I like their roster a lot. Their roster is significantly improved since Robert Saleh got there. But now it's time to see and show it on the field. The AFC North, I got the Ravens winning the division. I got the Ravens, then the Bengals, then the Steelers, and then the Browns. The Ravens, a lot of people are sleeping on them because the Bengals were the new thing in the division, and that's understandable. They went to the Super Bowl last year, so I can understand. I can respect that. But the Ravens, to me, it's too much disrespect when it comes towards the Ravens, and it's definitely way too much disrespect when it comes to Lamar. Like, I don't understand why people just keep doubting this dude. If you're 37-12 in your first 49 starts, there's nothing to doubt. Like, you're that nigga. Like, that's just that bottom line. The biggest problem with the Ravens, in my opinion, is the lack of weapons at wide receiver and Greg Roman. Greg Roman is the biggest one to me though, because he's absolutely atrocious when it comes to play calling. I keep telling people that shit, yo. That nigga is trash when it comes to play calling. He was that in San Francisco. He was that in Baltimore. The only reason that shit looked good is because of Lamar Jackson. But that nigga needs to go, man. If the Ravens fall off this year and miss the playoffs, I don't think they will, but if they miss the playoffs this year, Greg Roman needs to get the fuck out of there, yo. Bottom line. The Bengals, I love what the Bengals did with this offseason as far as their roster. Because Joe Burrow, God forbid, needed protection. Like, it's still a fucking miracle he still got to the Super Bowl with basically no fucking line, because he got fucking, man, nigga, yo, Joe got his fucking head taken off at times last year, but he still fucking stared down the barrel and he still was shooting. So I respect Joe Burrow on that level. That boy nice, man. And then you got Jamar Chase, you got T. Higgins, you got Tyler Boyd, like, yeah, and my boy Joe Mixon, and plus an improved line. The Bengals are definitely ready to roll. But my question with them, and the reason I have them falling back a little bit, I'm not really sold on their defense like that. I'm not. They got a couple of good players, especially Hendricks at defensive end and Jesse Bates at safety. But I'm not really too fond of their whole entire defense as a unit. That's one of the reasons why I see them falling back a little bit. And let's be real, they most likely wouldn't have won the division last year if Lamar Jackson doesn't get hurt. Let's just keep it a being with that. But sometimes shit happens. You know what I'm saying? Take advantage of opportunity. They most definitely did, because they got to the Super Bowl. The Steelers, this is more of a transition year to me for the Steelers. I still think they go win at least 9-8. I still think they go win and have a winning record. But this is more of a transition year because you got Mitch Trubisky and you got Cody Pickett. I'm not really a fan of Cody Pickett. I would have took Malik Willis over him, but, you know, I'm not an evaluator, so it is what it is. But Mitch Trubisky, I'm not going to lie, that's the biggest mystery out of damn near everybody in the fucking league. I want to see what the hell he's going to do with a stable organization. Like, you know what I'm saying, with the Steelers. Like, cause I ain't gonna lie, I thought he really wasn't that good in Chicago. But then again, it's the fucking Bears. They ruin every fucking quarterback. So I have to see what's going on with that one. As far as the Browns is concerned, everything depends on Deshaun Watson's suspension. If his suspension is 6 to 8 games, I still think the Browns are going to finish in last place, because even though they might be the most talented team in the division, but if Watson missed too much time, they're gonna fall behind, because I'm sorry, Jacoby Brissett and Josh Rosen don't do it. I'm sorry, I don't give a fuck how loaded your team is. If you have them two bums playing quarterback, you're not going anywhere. Bottom line. The AFC South, I'm not gonna spend too much time on this division. It's the Colts. It's the Colts division. Like, it should be. Like, if they don't win the division this year, then I'm still going to have questions. I'm going to start having questions about Frank Wright, because Tennessee fell off this year. Like, they lost A.J. Brown, and they lost some linemen. So I'm not really on Tennessee like I have been the last couple of years. And plus, Ryan Tannehill's, I don't understand how Tennessee can bring him back after that playoff performance, because you literally cost Tennessee the game. Like, that's the only reason they lost to the Bengals, was because of him. Because Tennessee outplayed Cincinnati basically that whole game except for his bum ass. And Jacksonville rebuilding, I don't really like what they did this offseason, overpaying Christian Kirk, but I do like the Doug Peterson hire. He's going to make sure Trevor Lawrence is better. Not too much time to spend on Houston, but Davis Mills is interesting, so I'm just going to keep it like that. Houston still got a long way to go. AFC West, this is the new best division in football. I could spend all fucking day talking about the AFC West, but I'm going to the AFC West, I'm going with, I know I'm going to regret this later, because these motherfuckers always disappoint me, man, but I'm going to pick the Chargers. I got the Chargers first, I got the Broncos second, and I got the Chiefs third, and I got the Raiders last. But every last one of those teams is capable of making a big run in the playoffs this year. I know my Chiefs fans, my Chiefs homies are gonna get on my neck. But I mean, the Chargers and the Broncos have more talent than Kansas City, man. I'm just being honest with y'all. The Chargers especially. The Chargers have a top 3 roster. That's why I don't want to hear no more excuses about Justin Herbert. And I love Justin Herbert. Like, I've been rocking with him since Oregon. I felt like he could have been the number 1 pick in the draft that year, even over Joe Burrow. But it's time to put up or shut up, Just, man. Ain't no more excuses, bro. Like, because even last year, you lost games that you should have fucking won. I don't want to hear that shit no more, man. The squad is fucking loaded from fucking top to bottom. The Chargers should be in the mix for at least the AFC Championship game, or Brandon Staley got to fucking go. Like, there's no fucking excuses. The Broncos got a fucking squad, though, man. I ain't gonna lie. To me, the Broncos been ready for a couple of years to make a run. They just didn't have the quarterback. Now they do with Russell Wilson. If Russ is still Russ, which I strongly believe he is, I got the Broncos finishing second because, in my opinion, like I said, they got more overall talent than the Chiefs. The Chiefs are third. I can never discount the Chiefs. Like, I really can't, because Patrick Mahomes and Andy Reid is that fucking great. But I think they took a small step back talent-wise this year. And in that division, a small step back is all you need just to finish from first to third. So I got the Chiefs finishing third, and I got the Raiders last. And I like the Raiders squad. I think the Raiders are fucking stacked, especially offensively, but I don't trust the Raiders defense, even though they got pass rushers with Max Crosby and Chandler Jones. Denzel Perriman has revitalized his career, but I still got major questions about the Raiders secondary. I like Hobbs at corner, but I'm not really too fond of nobody else back there. And I like Trevor Manning or whatever. Trevor Manning, I like him at safety. He's a good safety, but Jonathan Abrams has been a bust. And the Raiders still haven't really figured out the other cornerback spot. So that's why I say I don't really trust their defense. That's the reason I'm not that hot. I think I got the Raiders about 9-8 or 10-7, but I still got them clearly last in the division. The NFC side, I got, man, the NFC East was the toughest division for me to pick, to be honest with you. Because the Cowboys and Eagles are neck and neck. Like, they're literally like fingertips away from each other. But I'm going to go with the Eagles to win the NFC East this year. I got the Eagles winning the division. Because I think the Eagles are like just a little bit more talented than Dallas. But the Cowboys have the significant edge at quarterback because I'm not sold on Jalen Hurts. I never have been. He played okay last year, but the Eagles, just like I said with the Patriots, they beat up on a weak schedule last year. And somehow, some way, the Eagles' schedule is even weaker this year than it was last year. Like, their schedule is super weak. So that's the main reason I got the Eagles winning the NFC East. Because they got a weak schedule. One of the weakest schedules I've ever seen. But they do have a good roster, though. Because getting A.J. Brown was a home run. He's one of the best receivers in football. He's one of the top 10 best receivers in the league. So getting him was a great move. But Miles Sanders has to stay healthy. Their offensive line has to stay healthy. And and Devontae Smith is the truth, so he cool. Quiz Watkins is good at the third spot at receiver. So the Eagles got a nice team, man. But like I said, though, I'm just not big on Jalen Hurts. That's the reason I don't really have them up there with the other top NFC East NFC teams. The Cowboys finished second. I think the Cowboys will still make the playoffs, though. But I think that as far as the Cowboys are concerned, Cowboys are just biding time until Sean Payton becomes the next head coach. Let's just keep it real. Jerry just waiting. He's just waiting to get rid of Michael McCarthy at the end of the year after they lose in the playoffs again. Because honestly, the Cowboys will get to the playoffs, in my opinion, but they're going to be one and done like last year and previous years. They're going to be one and done. They're just trying to hurry up and get Sean Payton in there. Because honestly, I thought Sean Payton was going to be the coach this year, but I guess Sean Payton was still in a contract with the Saints, and he got to be gone for a year so they could before they let him go. But I got Sean Payton will probably be the coach of the Cowboys next year. The Cowboys are just biding their time, but I still think they can make the playoffs at 9-8 or 10-7. And the Commanders and the Giants, both of them they ain't going nowhere. Especially the Giants. I mean, it's time to give up on Daniel Jones. I'm just keeping it 100. Like, it's time to give up on Daniel Jones. Like, I don't know why they keep trying to drag out this shit with Daniel Jones. Let that man go somewhere else. Like, go get another quarterback. Luckily, if they finish with a bad record like I expect, probably they can be in the running for Bryce Young or fucking CJ Stroud or the kid from Kentucky. But the Giants need a quarterback. I actually like their roster as a whole, but that quarterback situation is dire. Daniel Jones fucking stinks. Like, bottom line. And the Commanders, I'm sorry, like the Carson Wentz fucking train is over. What made them give up so much for Carson Wentz? I will never understand. Carson Wentz is done. He's done. I don't care what his numbers look like with his 27 touchdowns, 7 interceptions. I don't give a fuck. Carson Wentz is finished. Like, he's mentally shot and he's physically fucking incapable of staying healthy. But I'm just done with the whole Carson Wentz thing. Like, and I used to be a big Carson Wentz man, big fan, but he's done. The NFC North, really nothing to talk about. That's Green Bay's division. Even though Green Bay's falling off a little bit this year, but I think Green Bay's defense is low-key going to be elite as fuck this year. That's what's going to keep them in the hunt in the top 4 of the NFC is Green Bay's defense, because I think they've become a defensive team now. Aaron Rodgers is still probably the best quarterback in the league, but Green Bay, in my opinion, I think they're a defensive team now. I think Aaron Rodgers, I think they try and lighten the load on Aaron Rodgers now, because honestly, he's been carrying them for so damn long that that's what they're used to, but it doesn't work like that. It doesn't work in the playoffs. That's why they've been able to be unable to beat San Francisco on a consistent basis. That's why they wasn't able to beat Tampa Bay, because you put everything on A-Rod, and in the playoffs, you need help in the playoffs. Bottom line. And Minnesota, I don't know why people are so high on Minnesota. Like, because of a coaching switch. Yes, Minnesota has weapons. Absolutely. Justin Jefferson, Adam Thielen, Dalvin Cook, all the truth. Well, mostly Justin Jefferson and Dalvin Cook, because they're both elite at their positions. But as long as Kirk Cousins is a quarterback, I will never believe in Minnesota. I'm sorry. Like, his numbers are nice, but I've got Kirk Cousins fatigue. He never wins no big games. People come back. People talk about them beating the Saints a couple years ago. Nobody give a fuck, because it's still it didn't help his confidence. They haven't done anything since he got there. Bottom line, like, they did more with Case Keenum than they have with Cousins. But Minnesota, nah, I see them about 8-9 or 9-8 at best. The team I'm intrigued by is the Detroit Lions. I don't know why. It seems strange, but the Lions, for some damn reason, the Lions intrigue me. Like, because I like all their weapons that they have on offense. And even though Jared Goff is not what he used to be when he was with the Rams, but he can steady the hand. He can steady the ship. I think Detroit's going to be better than people think. I think Detroit can finish at least 7-10, 8-9. I don't know why I feel that way. But the Lions are going to be better than people think to me. The Bears, they just fucking stink. I'm just praying for my boy Justin Fields. I'm hoping he's okay, man, because it's going to be tough. The NFC South, not really much to talk about. That's Tampa Bay's division. Tampa Bay should run away with the division. Even though the Saints have had their number, they played very well against Tampa Bay, but the Saints, with the Saints, I don't know, because they're the biggest mystery to me, because Dennis Allen's a terrible head coach. He was a terrible fucking head coach when he was with the fucking Raiders. He really was. I know it's the Raiders, but Dennis Allen never showed he can coach, because after he left, the Raiders got better. So I don't know what's going to happen with that. So we're going to see. But the Saints got a squad. Tampa Bay's fucking loaded. But I don't know, man. I don't know. Something tells me that I still think the Bucks are gonna win the division, but I think they're gonna be second rounding out again for some damn reason. I just had that feeling. And then Carolina and Atlanta. Carolina has Baker. I don't know how much he is an upgrade over Sam Darnold, but Carolina's not going to the playoffs. At best, they're an 7-win team at best to me. And then the Falcons stink. Let's just not much to talk about the Falcons. The NFC West, my division with my 49ers. The Rams, I got the Rams and the 49ers both 12-5, but the Rams probably win because of a tiebreaker. They probably win the division. So I got the Rams, the 49ers, the Cardinals, and the Seahawks. The Rams are going to be good, but I don't think the Rams overall are better than last year, because even though they did get Allen Robinson and they did get Bobby Wagner, I don't know how much Bobby has left as far as like being a top 3 middle linebacker like he's been for basically the whole decade. So I don't know. But Allen Robinson even though Allen Robinson is more healthy than Odell Beckham, but he's a downgrade a little bit from Odell Beckham, because Odell Beckham fit Cooper Kupp perfectly, and Von Jefferson. They fit perfectly because Odell can still, even though he's had a lot of knee injuries, but Odell can still run. He can still get deep, and he was a great deep threat for Matthew Stafford. He was a perfect complement to Cooper Kupp, and Cooper Kupp's his ability to run routes and play in the slot and really go across the middle. Because that's what really Cooper Kupp is. Cooper Kupp's not really a deep receiver, but he's more of an intermediate guy. That's why. And then Allen Robinson is more of an intermediate guy too. That's why it's going to be interesting to see how that works. The 49ers, as a 49ers fan, I've been ready for the Trey Lance era. Like, that's not even a discussion. I wanted to start that shit last year, to be honest with you. But I'm happy it's here now. So 49ers are going to be a much improved regular season team. Last year, I felt like we underachieved in the regular season last year. That's just my opinion. 10-7 was an underachievement, because we were a much better team than 10-7, and it showed in the playoffs when we beat Dallas and Green Bay, and should have beat the fucking Rams. But like I said, I'll discuss that another day. But we should have been in the Super Bowl, in my opinion. But all is well. All is going to be well with the 49ers this year. I don't know why everybody keep talking all this shit about Trey Lance. I got another video for that too coming up today, because I'm sick of the fucking media with all the shit they talking about with fucking Lamar Jackson and Trey Lance. I'm going to unleash on the motherfuckers. Arizona's not going nowhere this year. I don't see it with the Cardinals. Like, I felt like the Cardinals team was better last year than it was this year. Yes, they acquired Hollywood Brown, but Hollywood Brown is not really a big upgrade or nothing. In my opinion, his route running is average. His hands is below average. He's really a speed receiver that's not really good at too much else. That's what he is to me. And Seattle's a complete rebuild. My playoff teams this year in the NFC, in the AFC, and my playoff teams are going to be the Bills, the Chargers, the Broncos. The Bills, Chargers, Broncos, Colts, Chiefs, Ravens, and it's the Chiefs. It's the my playoff teams is the Bills, Chargers, Broncos, Chiefs, Colts, Ravens, and damn, because this shit tough. Damn, that last playoff spot tough. I might go with I'm gonna go with the Bengals. So that's my playoff teams. Like I said, Bills, Chiefs, Ravens, Bengals, Colts, Broncos. That's how it is. And then the NFC is a little bit more easier to dissect, because that's a little bit easier to me. I got the 49ers, I got the 49ers, the Buccaneers, the Packers, the Eagles, Rams, Cowboys, and Saints. That's the playoff teams for me in the NFC. My Super Bowl, my NFC Championship game, I'm gonna go with a rematch. I'm gonna go with the 49ers versus Rams round 2 as a rematch for the NFC Championship game. That's my pick. I'm gonna pick the 49ers versus Rams rematch. But I think the game this time is going to be a little bit more different because Trey Lance will be there. But yeah, the 49ers versus the Rams in the NFC Championship game. In the AFC Championship game, I got the Bills versus the Broncos. I don't know. For some reason, I think the Broncos are going to make a deep run. I got them making it to the AFC Championship game against the Bills. And then my Super Bowl pick is the Bills versus the 49ers. And I've been having that pick since February, and it's fucking, what is it, July? I've been picked that Super Bowl a long time ago. But the Super Bowl champion to me will be the Buffalo Bills. I'm going to keep it real with y'all. I feel like the 49ers will get to the Super Bowl, but I don't think they're going to win it. I think they're a year away from actually winning a Super Bowl. But I got the Bills winning the Super Bowl over the 49ers. But that's my picks, y'all, this year. Y'all tell me what y'all think. I'm going to holler at y'all. Peace.